close. Simply Money advisors discuss the legality of betting on March Madness brackets. The few bucks you kicked in to play in your March Madness office pool is part of the estimated $10 billion, yes, that's AB for billion, that will be gambled this year on the NCAA men's basketball tournament. The tournament's third and fourth rounds, which will cut the field from 16 to the coveted Final Four berths, will be played over 4 days beginning Thursday night. It's an exciting time of the year for sports fans, but a dangerous time for people with a gambling problem. Michael Rosen, a counselor and vice president of clinical services at the Center for Addiction Treatment in the West End, has treated people with gambling problems for 5 years. What does he tell problem gamblers to do at this time of year? Situate yourself around a new schedule, he said. Go to support groups, ask to be excluded from office emails about March Madness pools. How mad is March Madness? The $10 billion that's being wagered on this year's tournament, and only 3% of that is placed legally in Nevada's gaming books, according to the American Gaming Association, is more than the estimated $4 billion that's bet on the Super Bowl. By comparison, only $40 million is bet on the final game of soccer's World Cup every 4 years. The NCAA men's basketball tournament is more like a gambling buffet than a single course of a sit-down meal. You can keep getting up, grabbing a clean plate and refilling it. The tournament opens with 68 teams in a single elimination process. Its 67 games are played on 12 days. For the person with a gambling problem, there's literally always another tomorrow. The problem gambler's brain is producing feel-good chemicals at each bet, even if he's not winning, Rosen said. Why then do people who struggle with compulsive gambling keep trying to recapture their losses? For example, 2 of the top 4 seeded teams in the tournament, Xavier and Virginia, were upset during the first 2 rounds. Virginia's loss to the University of Maryland Baltimore County marked the first time in tournament history that a number 16 seeded team defeated a No. 1 seed. He has become conditioned to gamble, is how Rosen explained chronic betting even after losses. It is simply the next part of the sequence that occurs without much conscious thought. A bet is made, and then another. While most people cut their losses in the office pool, problem gamblers often aren't aware of the dangers they face. Rosen advises to keep an eye on friends and family members who have a history of problems with sports betting. And, yes, he said, it can be an addiction that's as dangerous as one to drugs and alcohol. You might not see physical symptoms, said Rosen, who then ticked off a list of what to look for. Physical health may begin to deteriorate with increased hypertension, lack of sleep, less eating. Psychological issues may include increased anxiety, depression, irritability, ruminating obsessive thoughts, and thoughts of suicide. Changes in behavior may include an increased use of alcohol or other drugs, tendencies to isolate, lying to others, experiencing angry outbursts, and reckless driving. Clearly, March Madness has a dark side, and the gambling temptations keep on coming. Rosen said, we're in the middle of the sports bettors trifecta, a Super Bowl, March Madness, and the Kentucky Derby. Derby bets at Louisville's Churchill Downs and in simulcasts at North American racetracks set a single-year record of $139.2 million in 2017. Phew. Rosen said the good news is there are resources available for those who experience gambling addiction, including screening, assessment, treatment, education, support and financial counseling. The Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline is available 24/7 to help connect callers to nearby resources in their area, depending on their needs. Call 1-800-589-9966. The National Problem Gambling Helpline has 24/7 resources outside of Ohio. 1-800-522-4700. The Problem Gambling Network of Ohio is an advocacy group to ensure quality treatment and generate awareness for problem gamblers. Gamblers Anonymous, a 12-step fellowship of people offering support to one another as they recover from a gambling problem. Gam-Anon support group for families and loved ones of those who have a gambling problem. Read or share this story. http://sin.ci/2frflck